And then I cut it like to there. And then I don't know, it doesn't feel the same. I can just feel
A sensory overload is never fun. This is Henry. He was diagnosed with autism when he was 11 years old. Sensory overloads are a common trope on the autistic spectrum. Too many noises in a crowded area can easily trigger one. But even the slightest change to a familiar environment, like this ball moving a little bit, can also set one off. Because people with autism find it difficult to process change. It is not a pleasant experience. Before his diagnosis, Henry would suffer from these a lot. He hated going shopping with his mum. Too many people, too many noises, too many distractions. Other people thought he was just misbehaving. This made things extremely difficult for his mum, as she was blamed for having a lack of control over her son. Henry struggled a lot when he was in school, but he didn't understand why. Because of this, he was never able to ask for help. Watching his classmates working hard made Henry wonder why he was so different. To the point where he even asked his mum,
"Am I an alien?"
Another common trope with autism is that they take everything they hear literally. They don't understand sarcasm or jokes. Which is why, when Henry's mum replied,
"Yes, darling, I found you under a bush,"
he thought she was serious. In his teenage years, Henry mostly kept to himself. He hated feeling isolated, but he didn't know how to socialise, and even the idea of talking to someone scared him. So as a compromise, he created an imaginary friend, just to keep him company. It was around this time that Henry got his diagnosis. It took him a while to fully understand what it meant, but the more he learnt about his condition, the easier certain things became for him. Like with school, he was now able to say,
"I have autism. I don't understand this. Please help."
With autism, hobbies are more like obsessions. If they find a routine, hobby, or even a person that they really like, they would stick to them like glue. So when Henry got into video games, it took up most of his time. It is said that video games are very influential on younger minds. But in Henry's case, it grew his creativity, which in turn led him to doing a games development course at college. His interest in video games, Power Rangers and superheroes in general guided him to create his own heroes. In his adult life, Henry has learned to adapt to the world around him. He still needs guidance, as does anyone with autism, but with the support from his family and his friends, he has grown more confident, more aware, and as he would say, more human. This has also helped him learn how to deal with the sensory overloads. He puts on his sunglasses to filter out the visual noise. He puts on his headphones to drown out the actual noise. And finally, he would take a deep breath to calm himself down. No two people with autism are exactly the same. Dr. Stephen Shaw once said, "If you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism." That being said, everything that's been mentioned in this video could relate to anyone with autism.
There is no cure for autism. I've always had it, and I always will. It's part of who I am. But it doesn't have to stop me from doing what I want to do and being who I want to be. For me, knowing was half the battle. And that's what this video is for. To show people without autism how the world is from our perspective. Also, I wanted to help people with autism, with the hope that they'll be able to overcome their own struggles. Expressing my feelings has always been hard for me. Emotions are a scary concept. Same for anyone with autism, because they can't fully process it, and therefore don't understand them. But we do have feelings, same as everyone else. We just don't know how to show them. The lives of everyone with autism, including my own, can be made so much easier with understanding, a lot of patience, and the right amount of support from friends and family.